Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a review on my new phone. So I'm going to be daily driving this. I have been actually daily driving it for 3 or 4 months now. This is the Unihertz or A849 Tank 2. So it's a rugged phone and it has just as many features as you could possibly build into a phone. It's super durable and it's also very heavy. So I'm gonna open this up so we can take a look. So in the box you get the phone itself, all the fun papers that these always come with. And unlike the new iPhones and newer phones, this still comes with a charger. So this is a 66 watt fast charger. Because this phone has such a big battery, it's gotta have a big charger in order for it to not take forever to charge. It also comes with your SIM ejection tool and a little guitar pick, which I'm not quite sure why they include this because you shouldn't need this for anything unless you're changing the screen out, like you break the screen and need to replace it. But I mean, it's nice to have, I guess. So I'm gonna set all these to the side so we can take a look at the actual phone. So this is the actual phone with no case on it, and it is a thick boy. So I'm gonna go get another phone that I should have had already so you can see just how big this thing is. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of an extreme comparison because I'm just gonna use my work phone to compare it. So this is the phone. You've got your SIM card tray, which you can also put 2 SIM cards and a micro SD card in here, up to 2 terabytes. You've got your power button, which is also a fingerprint scanner, which actually works really, really well on the right side here. On the bottom, you've got this little flap right here. So if you open it up, you have your USB-C port and you have a headphone jack. And that's all that's on the bottom. On the left side, you've got 4 buttons. You've got your volume up and down. This red button here controls the massive LEDs on the back. And then you can program this button to do kind of whatever you want. I haven't really found a good use for it yet that I like. On the top, you have a laser projector and you have this little circle right here. Now that little circle is an infrared blaster, which allows you to use this as a TV remote or just anything that has infrared that will control it if it can find the right program. On the back, you've got your main camera, your ultra wide, a regular flash, and then this camera right here is actually a night vision infrared camera. And there are 4 infrared lights right here. With the LED, you got your 2 LEDs, your cool LED and your warm LED. And then these white portions are actually a red and a blue LED. This is your speaker. So sadly, that's the only one that's on the phone for like watching content. It does have a speaker here for when you're on phone calls, which works really well, but it doesn't make any noise when you're listening to music or anything like that. You've got your 8849 logo. All the black is rubber and all the silver is aluminum. So this is a very rugged, very heavy phone. And I'll show you how big it is now. So this is my work phone that I'm bringing in. It's an iPhone SE. Okay, so not only just height-wise, but like that's the side of the SE. This is the side of the tank. So obviously an SE is a pretty small iPhone, but I mean it dwarfs any phone that I've even seen. I mean it's the size, it's a size of a quarter as far as thickness is. The battery life on the tank lasts me when I'm doing super heavy tasks like using the projector, using the LEDs a lot, about 4 days. If I don't use the projector or I don't use the LEDs, then I'm probably looking at 5 days, probably 5 days at the most for me. So this is running Android 13. I haven't really gotten any security updates yet. I did kind of buy it on the later end. They actually have their Tank 3 and Tank 3 Pro out now, which is the newer version of this. But I like this one the most because, believe it or not, this one is smaller than the Tank 3 and the Tank 3 Pro. So this one's pretty big and extreme already as far as a phone goes, and to have something even bigger, I just don't know if I can carry it. Now, if you need 7 days of battery for some reason instead of 4 or 5, I mean, the Tank 3 is available, and the Tank 3 Pro has a laser projector as well. It's even better than this one, but it's also louder because it has a active cooling fan. So this is what I would consider my sweet spot for this phone. The only Tank phone that's smaller than this one is their Mini, and it's like the size of this phone, but it's a thick boy just like this one. And instead of a laser projector, it has a rangefinder. So if you're like going to the shooting range and you want to know how far away your target is, you can use that. And the Tank 3, not the Pro Edition, has a rangefinder as well instead of a laser projector. So I just powered it on. It does take a minute to power on. So it does have Face ID through the hole punch camera right here. But I don't find that it works very well. But the fingerprint sensor, it works really well. I'm right-handed, so my home screen is set up for right-handed use. So that way I can reach everything with one hand, especially on such a big phone. I'm using the, not the original launcher. So this phone stock comes with almost nothing. Like, it's software-wise. It is the apps you need to run all the special features that the phone has, and then it's like Google Pixel. That's it. It has no extra, no fluff, no, oh, there's a game on here that you can't delete. You can disable it, but you can't delete it. That's not this phone. This phone doesn't have that. So I like that a lot with the phone. This thing's not the most powerful as far as processing power. They went with a more efficient CPU, so that way it could make the battery last longer. This does have a 15,000 milliamp battery. So 15000. Let me go to the About page. So running Android 13, it's the Tank 2. It has 512 gigabytes of storage. Right now I only have 225 filled. It's 1080p by 240/60 pixels, so it's a good 1080p screen. It's almost 7 inches, 6.79 inches in diagonal. I've got 12 gigs of RAM, but you can use their memory extension to get 24 if you need. I don't see this thing ever needing more than 12, to be honest. There's the 15500 milliamp battery. That main camera is 108 megapixels, so that's that one. Then there's a 64 megapixel and then a 16 megapixel. So I believe the 64 is the ultrawide and the 16 is the infrared. The front camera, the selfie camera, is 32 megapixels. So they do make a few cases for this phone. I like silicone cases, so I bought their silicone case. I don't know who makes this. It might be Unihertz, it might not. I just bought it on Amazon, which I bought this whole thing on Amazon. This phone is about $500, and I use it on a carrier called Visible. So Visible is a carrier by Verizon. They're right here. They're $25 a month for unlimited everything. If your phone works with Verizon, it'll work with Visible. And I had them send me a SIM card, and I threw it in the SIM card tray, and it worked. So this case, I put this on it when I'm at work because I just don't like, I mean, yeah, it's a rugged phone, but I like to keep it nice for as long as I can because I plan to use it for a long time. So this is the phone with the case on. You lose all that kind of cool aluminum, but if you like black phones, it's a black phone now. I like it. It's thin. People always go, when I have it like this, they're like, oh man, what kind of case is that? That case is huge. And I'm like, no, the case is super thin rubber. That's just the phone. They usually don't believe me until I take the case off and show them, like, yeah, the case does nothing but scratch protection. If you drop this phone, it weighs a lot. And so like a normal phone sounds bad when it falls, but this phone sounds horrible when it falls because of how heavy it is. My son knocked it off a shelf and it actually cracked the floor of the room that it was in. The phone did. So instead of breaking your phone, it broke the floor. So we're gonna have to get that fixed. But I have used the night vision cameras a little bit. I'll probably get some photos to put on the video for that. It also does infrared video. Let me turn on the projector. To turn on the projector, swipe up right there. And it takes a second for it to actually turn on the projector. Once it turns on, you'll see it. That's not a projector, that's me holding down the red button. You can see it on my hand. It's just projecting the screen. Now, you can see that line there where it's not projecting. I can't see that with my naked eye. The only reason I can see it is because I'm looking at my phone that I'm recording this with. It does get fairly large. I mean, we'll lay down in bed and I'll project this on the ceiling and it looks like a 60-inch TV on the ceiling. Man, that's crazy. That line. Yeah, I can't see that at all with my naked eye, but this camera's picking it up like crazy. And you can project anything. If it can be on your phone screen, it can be on this screen. So this will give you an idea. That's just the phone speakers. And this room even isn't that dark. This room is just fairly dark. This is kind of my basement and I'm just projecting it on my deep freeze because it was easy and convenient. But you can get even better picture than that. And again, I still can't see that black line moving with my eyes. And it's just a really good projector and a really good speaker.
Gave this truck to me. So it didn't have a gas tank.
So this is what's called the Toolbox app. So this is stock software that came with the phone. It's one of the few things that they added. This is how you control all the fancy gizmos except for the projector. So you got your camping lights. With the camping lights, if you use full brightness, you have to wait 10 minutes for the phone to cool down because of how hot those LEDs can get. So you can choose here, you can cool lamp, hot, warm lamp, you can pick just one instead of having both of them on. So let's say you just want a cool light, half brightness, just the cool lights on. And as you can see, it's super bright. This is not a dark room. And then you can go warm light. Oh, I just want the warm light because I like that more. There's the warm light. And then you can see that it's a warmer temperature. I prefer warm light, but usually I use both because man, is that bright. And I work for the city, and whenever we're in like a crawl space or something, it is really handy to have this just in my pocket and not have to worry about some kind of flashlight or something that I also have to carry. It does do the SOS, so it flashes SOS for you. I guess I should probably put a flashing warning on there. And then you can just have it flicker. I'm not gonna do that though. This is the part, if you really want to get a felony really, really fast, you can use this to pull over your friends. So it's got all the sirens you could possibly want. The police siren 2 is the one that I think sounds most like the actual police. You just hit on switch. Oh yeah, that's a felony. Do not impersonate a police officer. The rest of this stuff is just like speedometer. I haven't tested this speedometer. I use a different app for that. Bubble level, compass, flashlight, funny enough, is that guy. because I don't know why you'd ever use this for a flashlight when you have these. The only time I've ever really used this is like if my kids are asleep and I don't want to blind them. So I really didn't touch on how good the speaker is because there's just one. So I'll play a song real quick so you guys can hear it. I'm gonna play Crab Rave. Oh, wrong way. So that's just all out of this one speaker. And for comparison, I can play the same song through my iPhone SE. That way, because I know you're listening to a speaker through a microphone through a speaker. So that's the iPhone. And that's the tank. Back to the iPhone. So it's not incredibly louder than this iPhone, but this is the newer iPhone SE, so it is, and iPhones always have really good speakers, but it is louder. It might not be as crisp, like the sound quality may not be as good as the iPhones, but that can change depending on if you're not using full volume. But for watching movies in my house, I haven't felt like I needed to use my Bluetooth speaker. Mainly because the hassle of getting the Bluetooth speaker wasn't worth it because the speaker on this was good enough. So, but I'm not super picky about like movie noise. I'm more picky about sound. And I have some good headphones that I might make a video on later, but yeah, that should be about everything for this. So I'm in the basement, so I can kind of give you an idea how bright these lights are. I mean, the phone's actually picking up quite a bit of light, but here's when I turn on the LEDs. I mean, it's really bright. I took it to my work and the shop lights were all off and I could light up the whole shop with these. I mean, I can't really even point the phone at the screen, at the camera, because it'll make it to where you can't see it, but... So yeah, I've been using it for a few months now and I really enjoy the phone. It's just fun to use, fun to carry. It's not as fun to carry. It drags your pants down if you're not wearing good ones. Shorts are kind of rough unless they have a drawstring. You got to really tighten it up. I normally wear jeans with a belt, so it's not really a problem. It fits in my pockets, no problem. I'm wearing shorts right now. Sticking out maybe a little bit, but I'm not worried about it falling out. I mean, it's gonna fall out just as easy as other longer Android phones. My wife has the Flip 4, and height-wise, it's about the same length and width. Mine's just beaten hers in thickness by about 3 times. If you have any questions on the phone, let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe and like. I'm new to YouTubing. This is my second video and I'm just putting out what I think people would like to see. There's not that many videos on this phone. Honestly, I don't even remember how I heard about it because like no one I know even knows it exists. I've got a couple things I'd like to make some videos on. I have a Steam Deck and I just bought, for making videos, I'm using it right now, the DJI gimbal. So if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know. I have it now, so I'm probably going to make one whether you want me to or not. But yeah, there's a couple other features I didn't really mention. You can plug, if I get even the cable it came with, and I plug this side into my phone and I plug this side into your phone, my phone can charge your phone because it's got that big of a battery. So you sacrifice some things to have such a chunky phone, but the amount of features you get is just incredible. And as a dad, having even just the infrared blaster is awesome. My son will make my TV remote disappear, and I don't have to worry about it. I can just go on to my phone, use the included app that the phone came with, and turn it on and off my TV. And it's super easy to set up. To get started, all I had to do is say, oh, I own a Sony TV, and it immediately picked it up. It immediately started working. I've seen some cases online, like on Amazon, that unlike this one, they're like a wallet case, but I couldn't imagine trying to add any more bulk to what you're already putting in one pocket. So I'm just gonna keep my wallet in a different pocket. Yeah, please let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.